welcome back to the channel. Now today we are going to be talking transfers. Somehow my expectation in the transfer market has been up and down. Now yes, I know the transfer window is obviously going to be closing, I think, on the 1st of September, and so a lot of clubs are still looking to add to the team, sell some players, renew contract of some of their players, and a lot of things is still going on in the transfer market. But one particular situation that has stood out to me is the case of Ademola Lookman in Atalanta and Alexander Isak from Newcastle. Now, I know a lot of conversation has gone on around how Alexander Isak has handled the issue. And the player himself has made a statement out, I think yesterday, saying that there was a gentleman agreement as to if an offer comes for him, it should be sold. And then I realized that the mistakes that a lot of players make is, yes, you want to have a gentleman's agreement with the owners of the club, just in case maybe a bigger club comes for you and you want to leave. Now, the truth is, I feel if it was a smaller club, right? If it wasn't Liverpool that was looking to sign him, I don't think it would have acted in this manner. And a lot of players get it wrong with the way they handle some of these situations. We get the fact that yes, you want to leave the team, you have a gentleman agreement with the owners, telling them that if a club comes for you, you want to sign for the club. I get that. But don't also forget that you have a contract signed with your current club. You still have 3 years to spend with them. And so the way he's going about it is quite disappointing. And I'm being honest because I feel like a lot of these players are usually very selfish. I get that some of the clubs also are very selfish in the way they handle some of these players and even the business. But you are contracted to be at the club till a certain time. If another club comes for you, you have to apply wisdom to it. There's a way you handle such situation that you don't make it all about you and forget that this same club is paying your salary. Now, don't forget that if this club that you play for didn't invest in you, another bigger club won't come for you. Before you joined Newcastle, I don't think Liverpool would have thought of signing you. They wouldn't. And then Eddie Howe, who has trained you to be one of the best strikers in the Premier League, and then all of a sudden Liverpool wants to come for you, and you're now fighting with the owners, or you want to leave, you had a gentleman's agreement, this, yada, yada, yada. It's not going about the issue the proper way. A lot of people are trying to compare that situation with that of Trent Alexander-Arnold as to when he was leaving Liverpool. People forget that these two situations are totally different. They are not the same thing. When Trent was going to obviously leave Liverpool, his contract was out. And he decided that he wasn't going to sign a new agreement. Even before the contract was out, I think the club tried to renew his contract, and he insisted that no, he didn't want to renew the contract. And so it made sense that he left and went to Real Madrid. That's a different situation entirely. With Isak, he still has a contract that is valid for 3 years. Now, the club has said they want £150 million for their player because they feel that he is worth it. Now, if Liverpool really wants you, they should be willing to have a conversation with the club to say, okay, yes, we might not be able to afford 150 million. We might probably be able to afford maybe 130, 140, 135. Let it be that whatever bargaining you're doing with the club, it has to make sense for them to want to come to the table to have a conversation. Now, Liverpool has said, oh, they want to pay 110. And the club is saying, no, it is not even up to what we have put out there. So I don't understand understand why Alexander Isak is going about the situation that bad. If Liverpool really wants you, they should be willing to pay, if not 150, at least 130 to 140 for you. Because you have the Premier League experience, you have that striker instinct, you have all the qualities that they need. They spent £116 million for Florian Wirtz, who doesn't even have Premier League experience. He played woefully in their first game. And so they think Alexander Isak does not deserve to be paid 150 million for. Some of these players, sometimes they act in a very selfish way that they forget that these clubs also take risk in signing them, in investing in them. And they think, oh yes, just because they had a gentleman and a gentleman's agreement, they can just do whatever they like. No. And I really do think Newcastle to stand their ground. If Liverpool is not willing to pay the amount that they've asked for, they should leave it. And they should also take it legally with him, because he has behaved unprofessionally. Now, away from Isak is Ademola Lookman, who had the same situation, but somehow, I think, yes, he came out with a statement saying, oh yes, he also had a gentleman's agreement and that. But the difference with his own issue is the fact that the club has said they don't want to sell him to a fellow league team. If a club, probably from the Premier League, from La Liga, they will definitely sell him, because they know how much of a quality player he is, and they're not going to obviously take that risk. And so Inter coming to say, oh yes, we want to buy this player, he should have known that there is absolutely no way they were going to sell him to Inter Milan. It is not possible. It is not possible. And so really recently I saw that, oh, he has, I think the table, even Inter Milan has completely just said they are not obviously going to buy him anymore. And so he has now returned to training, which is what I expected Alexander Isak to do. If the club says what they are offering is not what we want, you should continue your job. You should act professional. And that is why I'm saying that Newcastle should take it up legally with him, because you are being paid to do a job and you're now refusing to do the job. And if they choose not to pay you, trust me, there is no club out there that is going to pay for you to play for them, because they look at it that if you can act this way in a club that has treated you nothing but good, then they're literally scared to sign you. And that is what some of these players don't understand. It's the same issue that Jadon Sancho in Manchester United is having. You don't want to play for the team, but you also don't want to go to another club and receive a reduced salary. But you've also not been consistent. I don't even understand what it is with these players anymore, like especially these younger players. They just always have this pride to them. It doesn't make sense. Most of them are not professional in the way they undo some of these things. Look at Garnacho. He is even lucky that Chelsea is even coming for him, because to be honest, I don't think any proper club will handle this old bullshit behavior that they are given. But yes, a lot of teams are still looking to buy players. As I said, Chelsea is looking to get Garnacho. They are also, I think, is still in the transfer market to get Xavi Simons. And then Manchester City also is looking to get Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now, for me, that Donnarumma situation was a shock. And I say a shock because the performance he put in for Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, for them to eventually win that title, I honestly did not, as I said, it's a shock. I did not expect them to treat him like that. I did not. Like, how do you treat a player that did not just get you people to the final of the Champions League? He helped you win the Champions League. He got you to the final of the FIFA Club World Cup. You won 2 other titles under the same goalkeeper. And then you just discard him like that? You see, maybe this is why Alexander Isak is acting up with the club, because there are some clubs that don't even deserve some things. I don't get it. And I'm so pissed that the likes of maybe Chelsea are not even looking to sign him, because he is an experienced goalkeeper. He is so good. If you have Donnarumma in your box, you know that you don't have anything to be scared of when it comes to that department, because he is that good and consistent. And I think that is why Manchester City is going for him. I think they realized that Ederson, has been having a lot of issues. I think since last season, we've seen them concede a lot of goals. And so they are looking to sign a new goalkeeper, and that's Donnarumma. And I think it's going to be a fine addition to the team. However, they are actually also looking at selling Ederson first. And Galatasaray is, talking with Manchester City as to signing him. And if they're able to sign him and it goes, that makes it easier for Manchester City to sign Donnarumma. There's still a lot of interesting things going on in the transfer market. But that's just the little I'm going to be talking about today. Probably until next week again, closer to when the closing date is, there will be a conclusion on some of the talks in the transfer windows for some of the teams, the likes of Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, and probably an update about this Newcastle situation with Alexander Isak. But that's what I'll be talking about the transfer market. Don't forget to share in the comment section what you think about this whole Alexander issue, or even Ademola Lookman, and how it is being handled, and what you would expect, from players, and how best they should handle this sort of situation, especially from both the club and the player. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles at _officialFSH on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, and also on Facebook and YouTube at Fentola Sports Hub. That's what I'll be talking about today. And of course, until next time, it's bye from me.